All right. Welcome to Cut the Cuck, the show where we talk about the sport that we love and know very little about. That guy in that Crusaders jersey that I think he loves more than himself, that's Chad. And I'm Byron. And let's cut the cuck.
Let's do it. Where do you want to start?
Chad, that jersey. You like it, don't you?
Shout out to Bumfer. It's
Another Bumfer shout out.
So sick. It's it's the retro jerseys. It's that old TMX material. I got them off the website from Bumfer. So good, so much better than I thought it was. I didn't realize it was so sick. It's a little bit longer too, a little bit like looser, that old school fit, but just proper. I also got the away 30-year anniversary jersey.
Yeah.
That they had. Power.
So. Yeah, I saw, I think it was just before the Chiefs Crusaders game, they were doing a comparison of the actual jersey from 30 years ago compared to this one and like the similarities and where they're slightly different. It was pretty cool. Also crazy how much jersey technology has changed in 30 years.
Wild. Again, Bumfer's got a whole thing about the jerseys and talks about the TMX and the old school ones and how they were made. It's actually wild how it all started, where it's all done. You know, the TMX type of cotton, the way that they blended stuff, was actually done in South Africa. I had no idea.
Huh. Learned something new. All right.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Bumfer. Get your jerseys there. Unofficial jersey producer or
supplier.
That's the word I was looking for. The unofficial jersey supplier of
Cut the Cuck. Let's see, where do we start? Rugby this week. Probably start with Super Rugby. I'm enjoying it. I've got to be honest with you. I'm loving it.
And it's only 3 weeks in.
And results are all over the place.
Yeah, I know. Do you want to go through it? Because I've got a bit of a theory or hope. I don't know.
Okay, so do you want to do your theory / hope first, or do you want me to just read the results, or do you want to go through game by game?
We'll do the results, and then I'll tell you why I think what I think.
Okay, so the round started off with Force beating Moana.
Yep.
Force were away from home, 35-19.
I wasn't expecting that.
Force have played 3 good games.
They have.
Which always surprises me because I have, no offense to them, 0 to no expectation of them even putting a point on the board when they play.
But maybe that's also why, because the expectations are so low that it's really easily met. But they played really well.
Yeah. No, I mean, even so, they lost to the Blues the week before and they lost to the Brumbies for the first week.
Yeah.
But they put real points on the board. They put 24 on the board against Brumbies and 32 on the board against the Blues. Yeah, and now 35 against Moana.
That Blues game was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be...
Yeah, that score, that 10-point difference is not really... No, it was close.
Yeah.
Reds beating the Highlanders. Another, for me personally, a little bit of a surprise because...
Yep.
I was very vocal about the New Zealand sides versus the Aussie sides. And then, to put more icing on the cake, Drua beat the Hurricanes.
Wild.
Another New Zealand loss for the week. And we try to bring the clip up into this, but that Drua intercept try was as if someone wrote the script down, they told him what they were going to do, and then he executed it perfectly. He read that game as if he was the one playing on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Great intercept. And then I guess a result that makes you happy, but kind of a little bit of a shock for everybody. Crusaders beating the Chiefs 30.
Yep, down south.
And then to end off the round 3, Brumbies beating the Blues in a 80-minute plus try to end that game off, which was a big shocker as well. So if you look at the New Zealand sides, every game they played, they lost basically. Crusaders being the only New Zealand team to pick up a win. And that's because they played another New Zealand side. So there was still a New Zealand loss for that game.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So only one Kiwi side won. Crazy. Wild.
And that's because they played another Kiwi side. I would assume if they, I don't know, the other teams that were left were kind of, you got Force Pacifica. But you never know. You never know what happens.
Crazier things have happened. But, which kind of feeds into my theory, if the competition carries on this way, the way we predicted what we thought was going to be the opening game, but the game against Australia versus New Zealand becomes
the second game for Australia and New Zealand in the World Cup.
Yeah, becomes a bit dicey.
It becomes a bit more plausible, but it's still hard to believe. It's because it's the All Blacks. You don't.
Yes.
All Blacks generally, but All Blacks in a World Cup, you never think they're going to lose, no matter who they play against, how poorly they're playing, how well they're playing. You just don't expect them to lose a World Cup game.
Yeah.
So it's a scary theory, but it kind of holds more hope, I would say, at this point. But look, it's one bad week. We're still a year out, blah, blah, blah.
I know. And it was literally one bad weekend. Here we are.
Yeah.
And it's just for me, it's how close the gap is between the Australian teams and the Kiwi teams. Where, like, in the last couple of years, it's been
night and day.
Yeah.
Well, so we spoke about the number of crossfield kicks last week and how there were just too many of them. But now if I look at, after watching, so the week prior was too many kicks this week, there were significantly less crossfield kicks, but the Blues were passing the ball as if they were doing crossfield kicks. They were doing skip 8 passes.
I mean, to be fair, the other games, the weather was terrible and the wind was howling and blowing and all that kind of stuff. But that's what I was saying, like the week before. The Aussie teams are holding the ball in hand more and getting much better results doing it.
Yeah. I mean, Drua did that brilliantly this weekend. They held onto the ball for as long as possible, which, if you look at the Fiji national side, and obviously Drua is basically Fiji without the players that play overseas, they're known for their flair and their flash, but they held onto the ball this week, even when they weren't making ground. They still kept ball in hand. And I think it made a massive difference for them. Yeah,
it's good to see. I hope the competition carries on in this the direction that it's going. It's fun. I still reckon it's the best competition in the world, especially when it's like these tight, close games.
What I thought was, I think we spoke about it as well in the Drua game, how wet that pitch was.
That was...
When they made a break down the wing, all you heard was splat, 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 splat.
Can you imagine, have you ever played in like wet weather like that? It is exhausting. Calves cramp.
You can't hold on to anything. Everyone's wet. It's horrible. But it was just so interesting to hear that noise, because when you're watching rugby, you're accustomed to certain sounds from the mic.
Yeah.
Splat, 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 splat is not one of them.
No. But I must say, I don't know if it was just me, but this last weekend, I don't know what they've done with for the broadcast. I don't know if you guys picked it up, however you were watching it, but you could hear every single hit in all the games. It sounded like all the players were marked up.
Yeah, it sounded like everyone, not just the ref was marked up. No. Everybody had there must be a new podcast sponsor for Super Rugby. Everyone's got a headset and microphone.
Yes, it's because the headsets were coming through. I was like, I could like feel them. It's
a harsh sound. When oaks are that big and that strong and that fast, it's a harsh sound. But I like it.
No, I'm not complaining. I noticed it this weekend. I was sitting on the couch going, ooh, ooh, ooh. Guys, like, what is wrong with you? I was like, these oaks look fucking...
why are they murring each other so much worse than usual?
Yeah, I think, it's probably the same. It's just the sound made it, like, amplified it.
No, it has been different. I agree with you. I don't think there were many controversial moments from Super Rugby this past weekend. The only one I have, and I don't know if you can remember it, the Highlanders try in the 70th. I don't know if that rings any bells for you, against Drua. Against the Reds, sorry.
No, I can quickly...
It wasn't a try. The ref said it was held up.
Yes, I remember that one. It absolutely touched.
There was, like they say, you only need one blade of grass.
Yeah, there was a couple there.
Which is exactly like the New Zealand catch against the Proteas yesterday. I agree. His fingers there was a pinky under the ball. But there was also a lot of grass that touched that ball before when the catch was made.
We're going on topic here. I don't think even if that wasn't given, we probably still would have lost.
Oh no, we still would have lost the cricket. I'm not the Black Caps beat the shit out of us.
Yeah, beat us like a red stepchild. It was horrible.
Yeah, they proper clapped us. But that ball hit the ground. This ball was a try.
Yeah.
It's very annoying because the commentator even was like, "Oh yeah, you can see clearly the ball touched the ground," and then the TMO goes, "Oh no, you can stick to your on-field decision. Ball held up."
Yeah, the commentators were like,
"Oh wait a minute! Like you can see it. It's there." Now I was always, before we started diving deep into refereeing and the TMO and talking about rugby the way we are, I always was under the assumption if the TMO makes the call, they've got all the technology and the time they need, that it's the right call and it's not debatable. Lately,
yeah,
I mean, we have that example from a few weeks ago with Holly in the Six Nations. But yeah, it was a Six Nations game.
Yeah.
And the TMO got it wrong.
Yep. And she just couldn't see the screen.
Yeah, so she had to rely on the TMO. But while the TMO is getting it wrong, they've got the time, they've got the technology, they've got fucking 300 different angles. The only thing they're missing is maybe if they can get video footage from Oaks in the crowd on their phone. Otherwise, they've got everything.
I know, you're right. It does feel like how much time they spend looking at things has definitely got shorter. They must be under pressure to try and speed the game up that way at least. I know that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop all of that stuff.
Yes, but
at least in Super Rugby.
The right
I'm talking about Super Rugby. I know. I'm with you. They're trying to bring them in less, and that's what we've been saying. But
that's fine.
Yeah.
But then when it's your turn, when you've got to do your thing. So it's Super Rugby.
One job.
Yeah, we're talking Super Rugby. The new laws that they're experimenting with is the TMO can only get involved for certain situations. Missed severe foul play, every try scoring lead up to the try. So now try scored as the TMO. Now it's my fucking job to check everything that led up to it that the try is good. Okay.
Yeah. But it's not just one oak. There's a couple oaks in there.
It doesn't matter how many people are there.
No, don't argue with me. I'm on your side, you doers. We are both heading in the same direction.
If they're in a stadium where the screen is accessible, you've also got the referee and both ARs looking at the screen while they're going frame by frame, zoom in, zoom out, full speed. They go through the whole thing. How is it then that the people at home are watching the same thing you're watching? They're seeing the grass touch the ball, indicating a try, right? And also, there's even verbiage to protect the TMO, where it has to be a clear and obvious to overturn the on-field decision. So if you're unsure, you can say unsure, stick to your on-field decision, and no one complains. What is wrong is when the ball touches the ground and you go, nope, held up. That's what pisses people off. If you were looking at it, you looked at all the angles and you couldn't clearly see the ball touch the ground, or you couldn't see the ball at all, and you go, look, there's no clear and obvious thing here. Stick with your on-field decision. No one complains about that.
Yeah.
But then to get it wrong after having 300 angles, slow motion, zoom in, zoom out, full speed, you look at it, your uncle looks at it, your cousin looks at it, and you still get it wrong. That's annoying.
And it impacts the game in a big way.
That has a bigger impact on the game than if they took an extra 30 seconds.
100%.
I don't think you should rush important decisions.
Yeah.
Because even if they took 30 seconds longer, sure, people say speed the game up. Shut up.
Yeah. Do you want right
get
results
it right?
Or faster game? Yeah.
Yeah. Because what will happen is now the game's faster. Your team gets the wrong decision, and you go, oh, these refs don't know fucking nothing about anything, like we're doing right now.
Yeah.
But if you took 30 seconds longer and got the right call, you couldn't bitch about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I was a little too aggressive, but I don't know. It pissed me off. The TMO shouldn't get it wrong.
I can tell. I can tell it's pissed you off. It's probably more than it should have, but
because the game had no effect on my life whatsoever. I don't support either team.
But
it's just a Saturday morning.
We love rugby. That's what it is.
That's what it is. Rugby. I love the sport, and we just want it to be as good as it can be. And TMOs need to stop getting it wrong.
Yeah.
Take 30 seconds longer.
When you are at the peak of your reffing career, you can sort them out.
I'm going to put me in that TMO box. I'm ready for it. Show me that little fast forward rewind button. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Actually, that I reckon I'd love to do that job.
TMO.
I'd rather be TMO than ref.
Yeah, because the TMO can get it wrong and no one's screaming at you from the stands.
Besides us two pullocks on the internet.
Yeah, but we're both knobs, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Super Rugby. Do you think that you've kind of already expressed it, but do you think it's the best club rugby competition?
I do.
I think it's the most exciting. I don't know if it's the best, and I'll tell you why.
It's difficult. The best is so
subjective.
Yeah, like it depends on what kind of style you prefer. Me, I've always kind of liked that running, fast-paced game, heavy contacts. Northern Hemisphere played a different style. It's just
completely different style. Yeah, it's not
different. And then you go
tough
to
Japan. To say which is more exciting though.
Yeah, actually, the most exciting to watch is the Japanese league.
I don't think I've ever watched a game from start to finish in the Japan.
Dude, so much fun to watch. It is high-paced. All the games are high scoring.
I don't mean this disrespectfully. Is the quality good?
No.
So it's just okay. I see where you're coming from.
It's not horrible. It's not like watching
Glen Vista High.
Yeah, it's not like watching Glen Vista High, but it's also not like watching the Crusaders and the Chiefs. There's a lot more stuff.
I get it.
Yeah, no, and everyone seems like they can run the 100-meter in 7 seconds. Like everyone's so quick. It feels like the rugby fields are smaller.
The speed these days that rugby's played at is terrifying.
Yeah, so the players are just getting faster and stronger.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. But with the Super Rugby, we spoke about crossfield kicks a lot in the previous week. You said the weather might have played a role in the number of kicks this week. Do you think that there's more or less discipline within Super Rugby? Because if you look at the penalty count in Super Rugby, it's pretty high.
Yeah, I actually don't know what the numbers are, but that would be a good thing to look at compared to other competitions.
I mean, I'm just going off anecdotal. I haven't looked at any stats, but there's a lot more opportunity for teams to kick to the corner. That what I noticed in Super Rugby, because obviously we had Super Rugby and URC on the same weekend, because there was the break in the Six Nations. There's a lot more opportunity in Super Rugby to kick for the corner because there's this repeated penalty. Where I feel like you can go, obviously not every game, this is just on average, you can go quite some time in the URC.
But that's kind of what I was talking about earlier, the different styles of rugby. Because if you go watch the any Kiwi side, when you're at that breakdown, that ball's coming out and going out wide really quickly. So you get caught off sides quite often. Against the Northern Hemisphere, you've got that extra 2 or 3 seconds to get behind the line and set
the line, set the forwards. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I think. But I'll try and find the stats about that because it's actually a good thing to look at. I'll have a look at the penalties and I'll try to see if I can find what they were given for.
Because if I recall correctly, in Super Rugby this weekend, there were at least 2 games where both teams had double-digit penalties given away.
Okay, that's a good thing to try and look for. I wonder what that would look like compare.
A lot of it is around the ruck, so either not rolling away or hands in the ruck. And then the other one, like you said, is offside.
Yeah, that does seem to be called a lot at the moment.
Another thing that I think is quite interesting, also that you see more in Super Rugby, and actually from both the Kiwi and the Aussie sides, more than anyone else, is that kind of in the pillar where there should be a pillar one around the ruck.
No one.
They kind of, instead of picking the ball up from around the ruck, they kind of pick it up on the side of the ruck, where there isn't a pillar, and they like pick it up almost behind them and then run forward and break the line that way. I think that's pretty, because that whenever they do it, it works.
Yeah.
But you only see it from them. I don't see anyone else picking the ball up behind them and then breaking the line.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I've my brain's ticking over with this thing because it feels like in the URC there's way more cards.
Yeah, but that's because this is just me. It's wet and they don't know how to tackle. The cards are usually from hard tackles and not from repeated penalties in the red zone.
Yeah, maybe. But like when there were cards in the, I don't even want to talk about it, but the Lions Sharks game, there was 3 cards in that game. That was played in Joburg.
But the one was for tackling in the air.
Hang on, let me just have a look at this. So the Lions Sharks, 3 yellow cards.
Yes.
The Cardiff Leinster, 2 yellow cards. That game was so tight, 1 point.
I actually want to talk about that game.
Edinburgh Scarlets, yellow card. Jesus. Dragons Benetton, 2 yellow cards and a red. So every single game had a card. Every single game's had a card. Osprey Ulster, yellow card. Every single game this weekend looks like it had a card.
That's
Cardiff,
hilarious.
Yellow card. What is happening to the Northern Hemisphere? Are they just don't care? I didn't realize that every single game had a card.
Yeah, I still didn't realize. That's actually crazy to think.
That is wild. In the back of my mind, I knew that there was a lot more cards being given.
Cards than usual.
I didn't realize it was every game.
Oaks were playing blackjack for the URC this week.
The referee is at his shoulder workout from just constantly. That's
I actually want to go back and watch these games now to see what all the cards were for.
Yeah, I'm going to go see if I can just... I'm not going to watch the whole game, but I'll watch the highlights again.
My memory doesn't serve me. I know the Lions, there was one for a tackle in the air. That was against the Sharks the week before. But anyway, so Super Rugby. Let's just go over quickly for this weekend. Chiefs are hosting Moana Pacifica.
Do we want to quickly... I have an idea. The fly idea. We've got to pick winners for each game.
Okay, so we'll go through each game and pick a winner?
Yeah.
Easy.
Let's go. Bang,
Chiefs
bang.
Pacifica. Chiefs. Okay. Waratahs play the Hurricanes.
I'm going to say the Canes are going to be pissed off and win. Who's the lineups? Yeah, Canes going to win. Kane Roygaard's going to score 3 tries.
You know what? Historically, I would agree with you. Just based on what's going on, I say Waratahs beat the Hurricanes.
I mean, it is at home, maybe. Well, there we go. Highlanders and Force.
You know me, I can't trust the Force to finish a cheeseburger, so we're going Highlanders.
100%. Blues versus Crusaders in
best game of the weekend, I think.
Yeah.
I chose to support Blues at the beginning of the season, so I got to go Blues. You got to go Crusaders.
Oh, would have gone Crusaders anyway.
Brumbies
Reds.
Good. Also a good game.
In Canberra, I reckon Brumbies.
I'll go Brumbies again, yeah. Sick.
Is James Slipper playing again? That Oak has.
He's having the best season of his life.
This is almost the best rugby he's played in years.
Put him at 10. I saw what he's been doing. Put him at 10. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's crazy. 200 matches and he's playing like he's playing on his debut. It's so good.
Yeah, it's so impressive. Good on you, James Slipper.
There we go. I like it. A little quick rapid fire.
We quickly touched on it. The URC, that Cardiff Leinster game. What an incredibly difficult game of rugby to play. That pitch, if we thought the Drua game was bad, that one was special.
Yeah, it was hectic.
That was a rough game.
I thought they were going to call that game off at some point.
They should have.
Yeah.
They should have. But you know what? Obviously, this round is interesting in like the scope of the URC because all of the international players are gone, which we would see when there was Super Rugby during the Rugby Championship. The Lions would always get their best results during those weeks because they had no Springboks. But obviously, this URC, because the South African sides are at full strength, they played one another. The Shield was finalized. So the Lions win the Shield. Thank you very much.
Wild.
Bonkers. But what I thought was interesting is 4 seasons in the URC, 4 different cup winners. I mean, Shield winners.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But
the whole reason for bringing this up was when Snyman came on for Leinster, changed the whole game for them. Because, no offense, but Leinster weren't really in this game against Cardiff. No one could score points because no one could run in the swamp because the water was by their knees. Water polo. But when he came on, all of a sudden you're like, ooh, I think Leinster could win this. But before he was on there, Leinster looked like the force.
Well, he's not a bad player.
He's good. He's pretty good.
Yeah, we can keep him.
Let's see what else happened.
Not in the alignment camp, but
no,
he would have been on the online. They had an online one, but I would have expected him to be with the boys.
Wait. Snyman's not in the squad that was announced?
I didn't see him. I could be wrong. I hope I am.
I'm looking now. Give me 1 second. I didn't even look for his name because I would just expect him to be there. He only took locally based players.
Yeah, there is an online one. So Colby and Marnie, Lubbock. There was a couple other ones that did it virtually.
Those other Oaks who play overseas. Why can't I think of his name? Dialendi.
Yeah, Creel. All in.
Okay. All right. So that makes sense then. Sucks that they're not included, but I guess with international responsibilities, blah, 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 blah. Club. You scared me there for a second. Stormers have now lost 3 games in a row. 2 to the Sharks, 1 to the Lions. Crazy. I did not expect the Lions to beat the Stormers.
No, and that's what I was going to say. If you spoke to us 3 games ago, we would have said, well, the Stormers are taking the Shield, the race for second.
Yeah, because they should have beaten the Sharks both weeks and then beaten the Lions, and they would have taken the Shield.
Yeah. And then they just didn't want it. It was crazy.
Yeah. And it kind of concerns me because I feel like at the end of the Springbok season, Sasha was playing the best rugby we've ever seen out of him.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the last few Stormers games, he's kind of lost that.
Yeah, he's just being put under
so much pressure. So I hope that whatever internal and external pressures that are coming towards him, he kind of gets them all under control before he needs to.
Yeah, but I think when Sasha's going to be around Pollard and Amani, who have done it a bazillion different times.
He's still young.
Yeah.
So 100%. Much pressure. Yeah.
I reckon he'll be fine. Once that alignment camp and the Boks camp all comes into play, that group, I'm talking like I'm in the group, that group looks so solid.
Brings out the best in people.
Yeah. But it's just such from watching like Chasing the Sun and the documentary and how the Rusty Plus documentary they were talking about, it's just that group of 50 players is unbreakable.
Yeah. And like they keep reminding them, you're not playing for you, you're not playing for me, you're playing for South Africa.
Yeah. It's such a weird thing to explain to people because even you and me know what that means.
Even the way I just said it is not. It doesn't accurately represent what it is when you say you're playing for South Africa.
It's cooked. It's such a.
Because everyone goes, I'm playing for national pride, and they're not playing for national pride. They're playing for the individual South African. And all the shit that they've gone through and will go through.
Yeah, it's just different.
Go ahead.
It's off topic, so if you want to carry on talking about this.
Off topic's fine. Who cares about topics?
Yeah, topics are for the week. I did see Russie was speaking and basically, and I don't know if this is him playing mind games or whatever, but basically said that he is choosing squad depth over wins in 2026. In a nutshell, that's what he said.
Wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't, no. Especially with the alignment camp, the Oaks that did get named with 11
Yeah, I've actually got that list up. I want to go through them before we start. I mean, before we get into the internationals. So we're still talking about the clubs. But he's always had that mindset. I don't mind losing games leading up to what he wants to win.
Yeah.
So that we can get the best version of what we need for 2027. He's done it before. When he says that, it's hard to hear because as a fan, you want
Yeah,
you
you want
want
the
to
team to
win
win.
every game.
Yeah.
But what feels better, winning a friendly against Wales or winning the World Cup next year?
You need to use a different team as that analogy.
Yeah, because we'd still beat Wales.
Yeah. You could
Under
say
19s could probably give him a go.
yeah.
No, I agree with that. Even if it is mind games, I still think it's the truth.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like with Rusty, you don't know if he's actually playing mind games or just being honest.
He could just be honest, and everyone's like, "I wonder what he's trying to do." And he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, there was that time which I thought where he was sharing the food with his dog."
Yeah.
It was immediately after everyone was talking about him being some like genius, mind melt, rocket scientist, and then he puts that video out, and you're like, "It's just Rassie." How many times do you think Rassie was hit in the head in his rugby career?
How many bottles of brandy do you reckon he's sunk?
He even sounds as if there's still some brandy lingering whenever he's in an interview. So
Yeah.
it's
He's
soaked
got
into his system.
some blood in his alcohol stream.
Yeah, flip out. Imagine the amount of brandy that used to be consumed. Let's say the 1995 World Cup after they won.
Jesus.
How much? Even if you go down the line, you look at Bakis Botha, Osturant, Victor Matfield. How much brandy could those oaks drink?
We have to get one of them on the pod.
Let's find out. There was like the wrestler Andre the Giant,
Yeah.
and then you would hear them talk about how much he used to be able to drink. Like he'd finish a case of beer before starting the night and shit like that.
Yeah.
I want to hear those similar stories, but with Osturant, or I think it would be crazy to hear how much those oats used to consume.
There we go. Let's start a segment on the pod being like, how much did you drink? How much brandy did you sink? I like it. I'm into it. We're just going to convince one of them to leak their stories.
All we need is one of them to send us a message or comment on one of the things, and we'll find out about it. It'll be great.
I wonder who's the biggest brandy drinker at the moment in the squad.
At the moment?
Volko?
I was going to say, if we're just going on size alone, Volko Low, he probably needs to finish a bottle of brandy before he starts drinking.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, he's got to be him, maybe.
Malcolm Marx, I got a feeling, can put him down as well.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, there we go. We'll test
Let us know down below.
Yeah. And if the Boks want to take us on a celebratory drink after they've won the game, shoot us a message. We'll make a plan.
I mean, I'll die trying just for that experience.
I
can't remember when last I had a drink. It's been a while since I've had a drink. I'll get alcohol poisoning if I'm invited. I don't care.
Absolutely worth no hesitation.
No.
I'll make sure my will's in order and I'm off.
If I die there, it's totally okay by me.
Yeah, I hope my missus doesn't see this part of the podcast. But
that'll be great. That'll be hilarious. All right, yeah, that was a great sidetrack. Thanks for that one, Chad. Where were we? Oh, you did it just before the best result of the weekend. The Bulls beat the Sharks 41-12.
Yeah.
And remember, the Bulls went on that, what is it, terrible 8-game losing streak or whatever? And then they came back and they beat the shit out of the Lions.
Yeah.
And now they've beat the shit out of the Sharks. All I'm saying is I'm happy we don't have to play the Bulls for the rest of the season.
Yeah. Who do they have? Who else do they have? So they done
next week they play Cardiff.
Don't they play the
Stormers?
Stormers
Not next week. The next round.
They play Stormers next.
That game in between that they need to catch up on.
Yeah.
Oof, that's going to be rough for the Stormers.
In Loftus. Looks like most 8 games. Next 3 games in Loftus.
Even worse for the Stormers.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one, actually.
When is that? Because I know that's a catch-up game for them.
15th of March. Well, my 15th of March.
Okay. It'll be another fun one to watch. Sorry, I got sidetracked again. Where were we? 41-12. Connacht beat Glasgow, which I thought was crazy. 15-10. Munster beat Zebre 21-7. Dragons in Benetton drew. And then Ospreys beat Ulster.
I know. Cooked. It's such a good game, that one.
Great game. But what?
Yeah.
And
only one card.
only one. And then if you look at the table, I thought it was pretty interesting. Stormers have dropped down to 5th, but they do have a game in hand on the 4 above them, which is Munster, Cardiff, Leinster, Glasgow at top. Then you have Ulster at 6, Lions at 7, but Ulster have a game in hand. Bulls at 8 also have a game in hand. And then under that cutoff line, you have Ospreys, Connacht, Sharks at 11. Problem is, Sharks are 6 points off from the top 8. It's look, you can do it in 2 weekends.
Yeah, you need a lot of games to go your way, though.
But you need a lot of games to go your way, because from 5th down to 13th, it might be a bit too big of a spread. Maybe we go from, well, for the top 8, so where the Bulls are, 30 points, down to 13th is a 7-point difference.
Yeah. It all kind of depends on this next game to sort out that table, because if the Bulls win, that sends them up and the Lions down.
Yeah, and then if the Stormers get the win, it sends them up.
Yeah.
Which we really want. It's tough to say, because
it is.
We want as many South African teams in the top 8 as possible, but we also want some South African teams with some home knockout games.
Yeah, 100%.
So, like, do we want the Bulls to beat the Stormers? Kind of, because then you have the Bulls definitely in the top 8, but also no, because we want the Stormers in the top 4.
Yeah.
Preferably top 2. So, yeah, a lot of rugby still to come for this competition, which is exciting.
Well, I reckon the Sharks are going to go on a 6-game win streak.
And look, we're done playing South African sides, so fucking go ahead.
Yeah. 6-game win streak, make it in, win the whole thing. JP Peterson's going to be...
Easy does it. Easy does
given
it.
the keys to Durban.
No. But that's it. There's no URC this weekend because Six Nations is back, baby. What a competition we're having.
Yep.
In the Six Nations. I say we talk about the games and we give our predictions, because our first predictions were completely wrong.
Everybody's predictions were completely wrong, but yeah.
Okay, so first game, which is Friday night.
Well, absolute cracker.
Morning. How badly do Ireland beat Wales?
Yeah. Do you think that Wales would have taken something out of that, like some hope and belief at their last game against Scotland?
Sure. They can take whatever they want out of it. It's going to mean fuck all. Because after Ireland lost to France, they've been on a tear.
Yeah, and they absolutely mauled the English.
What they did to England.
So happy about.
It felt good, didn't it?
It did.
It felt good. Okay, so that we both know that's an easy one.
Yeah.
Scotland, France.
I hope the next 2 games are upsets, but I hope if I had to choose one game to be an upset, this is the one. Just to ruffle the feathers even more for this competition. For the competition, yes. I agree with you. I think Scotland beating France would be amazing for the competition. But Italy beating England is better for world rugby than I can imagine most things. Sorry. We done with the Scotland? I don't know. They're fucking interchangeable at this point. The way I see the game going on my Sunday, England, Italy, I think England win the match, but Italy win the battle up front. I like the way that sounds. I think they're going to... The Italians at the moment, I think, have the best scrum. In the Six Nations. And they've been so good at the breakdown. I reckon they win that battle up front. So whenever there's scrums, lineouts, even their mauls looking not too shabby, I reckon they'll dominating that area, but then England's going to send the balls out wide and do fun things.
So then we saw kind of England struggle once their plan got thrown out against Ireland. If Italy can put a hold on the high ball against England and kind of throw all their tactics off, and they're dominating in the forward pack, do you think they can do enough to beat England?
No. Even like I'm looking at their squad that they've announced. They're not holding anything back.
No, they have to win this game. England have to win this game.
Yeah, they have to. They've taken Pollock back on the bench,
which arguably is his better position.
100%.
To come off the bench. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got so many opinions about him.
Because he is an explosive player. He's a fast player. That's like his thing. So when you come off the bench and implement that, it's a way more impactful than having him start and do that.
I also think having a character like that in your team, it must be so fucking annoying. Like, as somebody who's just constantly causing cuck for the sake of causing cuck and trying to be a doers, that energy is... Yeah, but he did it in a different way. He just wanted...
Yeah, he did it by beating the shit out of other people illegally.
Yeah, and I can't believe you just compared Bucky's Porter to Pollock.
Okay, easy. Okay, hold on. When you put it like that, I apologize.
Yeah.
I don't want Bucky's coming to beat the shit out of me.
Well, he's coming on the pod to tell us his drinking stories, so I'll make sure he sees the clip before. Oh, sorry, we went on a tangent there.
Italy, England, I'd love an Italy win.
Oh. If there is one, I'm ringing Bumfa and being like, mate, what Italian jerseys do you have? I'm taking them all.
And then, Scotland beating France would definitely shake up the competition the most. But also, if France dominate that game, then it's, even regardless of what happens in the final round, it's clear and obvious that France is the best team in the Northern Hemisphere, hands down.
Yeah, well, 100%. Well, Scotland's currently number 2 on the log, so it's 1 versus 2. And then next week's game is irrelevant.
I'm enjoying the Six Nations. It's good.
I am. And I said it before, but this is the first Six Nations that I've actually been invested in and wanting to watch.
And totally worth it, right?
Yeah, I would never have woken up 2 years ago at AM to watch a rugby game that had France versus Scotland. I would have been like, I'll watch.
Yeah, but now you're like, I can't fucking wait.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool. I guess I'm not going to dive into it. I'll just let you know that UP Tuks is top of the log for the Varsity Cup. They're the only team who's played 3-1-3. Eagles, Shimlers, Ikeys, and UJ have all lost one game, 1-2. Marties have won 1, lost 2, and then CUT and Emery's have both lost all 3 of their games.
Yeah. Have you seen any of their new rules being...
I like it.
Have you watched any of their games? And the new law?
I think I touched on it last week, and it's only good for this competition. Because if you watch the Varsity Cup, if you think that Super Rugby has loose play with great running, what it comes down to is when the offense is so much better than the defense of both sides, you get that exciting rugby. And that's why the tap try works. Because within that 2-minute period, you realistically can run the ball from the 22 over the try line.
Yeah.
So it works. But if you look at France's defense, for example, if you take a tap and go on the 22-meter line, you have to hope that you get lucky or France fuck up so that it will work out for you.
Yeah.
But you're not going to, obviously anyone can score at any time, but most times you're not going to be able to run the ball that 22 meters in the 2 minutes against the defense like France.
Unless you've got an Esterhazen
who just runs through the defense.
Yeah.
No, Varsity Cup it works for because it's such expansive running rugby. I mean, let me just read the scores to you It was the week before, was the 83-34, 22-38, 39-19, 63-15, 42-59, 61-41. It's just, it's a try extravaganza all over the place.
That is a lot of points. That is a lot of running.
This week, well, the Monday that just passed us, 33-17, Tuks beat Marties. Shimlers beat CUT 71-19. Keys beat Emery's 32-10. UJ beat NWU 35-29. It's just running. It's exciting to watch. So the tap try works for Varsity Cup, but it wouldn't work anywhere else.
Maybe it just wouldn't be used as much.
Maybe like high school rugby.
Maybe like Curry Cup, and then maybe like Super Rugby, and then maybe.
Shut up, Chad. Shut up. All right, so I wanted to touch quickly on the 11 Springboks that were called up to the camp that are uncapped. And then I wanted to hear from you about Mr. Dave Rennie. So, first off, the Springbok Alignment Camp is coming up, and there's a few players that are uncapped. And it kind of ties into what you said a little earlier about going for depth leading into 2027. So I'll read out the names. In the forwards, we have Kai Pratt, Emmanuel Tetuka, Siposetu Belele. I think I got
fucking
that.
Nailed that.
I know, because those who don't know, before the pod, I stutter, and I stuttered my off when I was trying to read that name. Paul de Villiers, Riley Norton, Lekanye, who we've spoken about in crazy amounts of details, Batubele Lekanye, and Yaku Williams make up the forwards. The backs that are uncapped and are part of the alignment squad are Marcus Muller, Sebastian de Klerk, Cheswell Yoster, and Hashim Peed.
You know what's wild? Is all those Oaks are unreal.
Yeah.
And so young. Yoster was in the baby box.
Some of them are under 18, some of them are under 20. Obviously, you get someone like Emmanuel Chituka, who's still young, but he's got a lot more experience in URC, Curry Cup, that sort of thing. We've spoken about Lekanye playing for the Lions, of course. He'd also part of the Lions squad. Some of these guys play for the Stormers as well. But it's exciting for them to get into this environment, into this place where they get to learn from these top players, and it's exciting to see what's going to come from it.
Yeah, like I don't expect all 11 to play at some point this next season. I reckon it's just to put them in, get them used to the structures, how it all works, get them,
and also find out who's ready at the moment and who's not.
Yeah,
because you can watch them play week in and week out for their club sides, or if you watch the under 18 World Cup or the under 20 World Cup, but you want to see them in person moving the ball around, who's got it, who doesn't have it, who can get it with the right guidance, that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's cool.
I wonder if there's a social aspect to it. Like after it's all done and everyone's chilling, having a bra, if Russie's still got his glasses on watching to see if the boys are going there just to sink piss or...
I mean, I think that has to play a massive role. Obviously, you want the best player to be playing all the time. But I think Russie has expressed that many times before, that the cohesion and the chemistry of the team matters a lot. So I think even on the pitch, off the pitch, I think all those things matters. All those things matter.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I wonder if that's like part of the unofficial
test.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Then I guess the last thing to discuss, which is kind of big because I don't think either of us even had this guy's name on our watch list, but Dave Rennie is the new All Blacks coach.
Yeah. Crazy. I wasn't expecting it. I honestly thought it was going to be Jamie Joseph. Yeah. Thought he had it in the bag. Yeah, old Aussie coach now up in Japan, and good things there. It's really interesting hearing him talk. I watched a little bit of his speech that he gave when he got announced. Basically saying that he's got no ties or no, what is the word he used? He's got no loyalty to any of the players here because he's not coaching. Yeah, no, he said loyalty. So he's got no loyalty to coaching staff here, which is kind of a worry for the poor assistant coaches that have just been in limbo, basically gonna get sacked pretty soon. And then same with the players. But what he did kind of touch on, and I don't know, I might have taken what he said out of context, but he basically was saying that doesn't have any loyalty to New Zealand players, and obviously he plays a lot with Brody Retallick, Mwanga, all the guys that are over in Japan. So maybe he's going to try and get the New Zealand rugby to change their selection protocol.
To have Mwanga back in the New Zealand squad is terrifying.
Well, Mwanga's going to come back to the Crusaders next year.
Just in time for the World Cup?
Yep, it was always part of the plan.
Fuck, that's terrifying.
That's no good. No good. Him and Will Jordan, I fucking hate the two of them with that. They do that dumb fucking kick.
I told you, it's all fantastic. I saw last week in the Super Rugby, but no one could pull it off because no one's Will Jordan.
No one's Will Jordan, and nobody, Mwanga and Barrett, can just do it so easily.
Perfectly. Yeah.
It's stupid. I love watching it when they in the Crusaders jersey. It's fantastic. When it's in a black jersey, it's...
Yeah, because it's usually against someone in a green jersey and it hurts to watch. Exactly.
Yeah. And you're just like, God damn. Because I can always see it coming. Every single time I'm like, yeah, comes this fucking kick.
Yeah, because whenever there's a gap there, but you can't leave someone there.
I know. I'll put a little clip in if I've got time.
Nice.
Yeah.
So just the little bit that I looked up on Dave Rennie, obviously under 20s coach, Super Rugby coach, now coaching, was coaching in Japan.
And Wallaby.
Coached the Australian side.
Fun fact about Dave Rennie.
Yes.
His record against the Springboks. It's like 73%. Just a long time ago. Long time ago, but...
Still counts. There was a question that got thrown around that I thought was pretty interesting. Do you think that the All Blacks coaching job is the best rugby union coaching job in the world?
No, I don't think it's what it used to be. I think it's still that important, prestigious, if you will. But
I would say it's the most prestigious coaching job.
That over the Springboks? Over how? Because
internationally, yes. Everyone knows the All Blacks. And they know that South Africa's dominant in world rugby. But if you talk to the average international layman when it comes to rugby, they'll say the All Blacks before they say the Springboks. And I correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think South Africa's had a head coach that hasn't been South African.
No, I can't think of one.
And New Zealand has had many people coach that were not from New Zealand, correct?
But also, have they?
I don't know. I'm fucking asking. I genuinely don't know.
I don't think so. They haven't had many. Where is Dave Rennie even from?
My dumbass just assumes Australia, but...
Let's have a look here.
No, he's a Kiwi.
No, yeah, he's a Kiwi.
Well, now I need to ask the question. Has the All Blacks had a coach not from New Zealand?
But yeah, sorry, back to what we were talking about. No. What?
No, go ahead.
I don't think it's the most prestigious. I think it's probably one of the most stressful jobs because they were so dominant for such a long time that anytime there's a little bit of dip in performance, it's seen as this horrible thing, which is a shame because that kind of pressure is kind of not warranted. But it's going to be interesting to see. He's obviously got more international experience as a international coach than Razor did. And I feel like they'll be very different coaches, because Razor, from what I've read online, it kind of seems like what he was trying to do was take what was working at the Crusaders and make the All Blacks the Crusaders, not going into the All Blacks and making the All Blacks their own entity.
Bringing out the best of the All Blacks, yeah.
I feel like that's kind of what went wrong, and I feel like Rennie will come in and make the All Blacks again, which is a worry.
Terrifying.
No good. But he only comes in like a month before the greatest rivalry, so there is some hope.
Yeah, but talk about the best place to find out what needs to change than playing the best team in the world. By the rankings,
4
not
times.
by my opinion.
It is your opinion too.
Although, at this point, if Ireland win another game or two, they could become world number one. Actually, if Ireland lose a game or two, they could become world number one. We don't actually know.
Yeah. They might just hand over the rugby. That's a dumb thing to say. Never mind.
Also, we didn't even talk about it. The Six Nations trophy is gone.
Burnt. I wonder what'll happen. Like, obviously, I don't know if they'll get a new one. Do they just polish, like, spit shine the other one? Get a base on it?
They said that one's not repairable.
Yeah, nice. I wonder
so now,
who burnt it? I don't even know what happened. I know it got burnt, but how?
Yeah, it was in a car, and there was a car accident, and the car caught alight, and the trophy.
I've seen a lot of car accidents. I've never seen a car on fire.
Well, this one was.
That is wow. That seems like, yeah. I saw the rugby guy. The rugby guy on Instagram and stuff made a really funny reel about it. Did you see?
I'll go check it out after this.
I'll send it. It's basically like an Irishman holding a lighter, and he says, "Have you seen what happened?" Throws the lighter away. It's quite funny.
But now, there's enough time, surely, between now and when's the final game? It's 2 weeks from now.
I think so, yeah.
14th or the 15th of March? 14th of March at 9 p.m. We know France is going to win it. So France play England at 9 p.m. They have from now, or from when it happened a few days ago, till then, to have someone make the same look. You have to make the same.
It's not 3D printing the fucking thing. It's made out of silver.
So, do you think that they can't find silver that big?
I would love to be in your brain for one day.
You're telling me in 2 weeks they can't make a new trophy?
Probably not. I don't think it's that simple. It's not like you can just pop down to Woolworths and say,
"No, but then
silver cups, please."
Okay, so let's say it's a very, very hard thing to do, because I genuinely don't know how hard it is to make a trophy.
It's gonna be the dumbest thing I've ever put into my Google search.
I highly doubt that. But my question is, if they can't have a trophy ready,
approximately 12 using traditional silversmith techniques. It's very complex. It's a very complex manufacturing process, Byron. I don't know what you thought it was.
I just can't. I mean, if you watch like people do metallurgy, right? Or a blacksmith creates something. There's already a mold. Pour the fucking silver into the mold, line it up, move on with your day.
Yes, just one day. I just want one day in there to see what it's like.
It's hollow. I can tell you that much. My thoughts bounce off the walls. That's how
I can tell really quickly the lead times.
Okay, so it's a 12-week complicated process. So there's no trophy in 2 weeks. Fine. Okay.
There is one here that says 8 to 12 weeks.
Okay.
Best case scenario, 8 weeks.
All right. So now, end of the game. I'm talking local time now. In France, game kicks off at 9:10. So at 10:30, 11 p.m., whenever they do the trophy ceremony, what does France lift?
It's the fucking burns.
A 3D printed version of the Six Nations trophy.
Like an IOU. Yeah, boys, it's coming.
Congratulations. You don't fucking win anything, though.
It's been fun. We did this for fun. We're having fun.
We'll mail
the
you one.
Shield. They can.
Oh yeah, because they would win it from Scotland.
There you go.
So obviously now the Rayburn Shield's real. It's a physical thing. He carries it around like the what's that oak from 300? The one who couldn't lift the shield.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
That's rude. I'm sorry. Dave's a good oak. I don't. There's no need for me to say that. He's a good oak. Anyway,
Byron's just a dick to
I'm
everybody.
just a dick. So what happens now if like the international games see it, buy into it, and before Scotland play France on Saturday, Scotland goes, "We'll take that," and if France beat us, we give it to them. Do you think he'd give it up?
It's a fucking great question. Maybe. I reckon
Because
he would.
then I would say, like, for him to let that go around, and if the team who has it gets beat, they have like they put it on the broadcast of the Scottish captain giving it to the French captain. I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah, no, it is sick. They actually have a really similar thing here in the NPC called the Rayburn Shield. It's Ranfurly Shield.
I was gonna say, hold on. I don't know if it's copyrighted, but hold on.
Yeah, the Ranfurly. It's actually pretty cool the way they do it. But you win it, and it goes up for a challenge your next home game.
So you can only lose it at a home game.
Yeah, so it's actually pretty cool. So not as fun as Dave's one.
Imagine for him how cool it would be.
So cool.
If Scotland give it to France, and then France lift that on March 14th.
Incredible.
That'll be dope for him.
Sick. And then we can take it off of France.
I know this is still your dream, so yes, I'm not gonna beat it out of you.
It's gonna happen.
That's all the rugby.
It is all the rugby.
Cricket, we got beat to shit by New Zealand.
We already spoke about it. Don't want to talk about it again.
India play England, which, if you look at it, India is going to win another T20 World Cup.
Please God, I don't want New Zealand and I don't want England to win it.
It would hurt my soul if England win the Cricket World Cup. Chad, I think we cut the cuck.
I think we did, Byron. I think we've done it all. Dave Rennie, coach. Well done.
Chad would like to have you on the show, so if you would spare a minute for us.
Yeah. Well,
Chad wants to ask you, what are your plans and how are you going to not beat the Springboks?
Yeah, and I absolutely won't filter information into the Springbok camp with all my connections.
I was going to say, because we have the direct line into the Springbok camp.
Yeah, we
don't even use phones or text. We actually talk via walkie-talkie. That's how direct it is.
Yeah. So it's actually just a long cable straight from here into Rusty's bedroom.
Does it also have a cup on either side? All right. Thanks for watching. If you're still watching, appreciate all the love and support. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so almost there. We're at 885, I think. So
yeah, get your uncle to subscribe. Ask your auntie if she'll subscribe. If your dog's got an account, let your dog subscribe. Doesn't matter. We're all friends. We all share.
We do.
Yep. All right. That's it.
Cheers. Adios. See you next week.